I try not to get very technical with this, because again, I'm trying to get you back to the anatomy of your multidimensional identity. It's the most precious thing I can give you to take home with right now. All right. I've spoken about morphogenetic fields. These are crystalline structures that are the blueprints for matter and consciousness when it is within a dimensionalized scale. And as we just learned by the cosmic diagram, we are in a dimensionalized scale. Now, morphogenetic fields are not a hypothetical something. They are a literal something made of substance. The substance they are made of are ultra-microparticles. They are very minute. They have not been identified by science. They're much smaller than the particles that are identified presently by science. Those particles are the Partiki, Partiki, and Particum. Now, Partiki are antimatter, which is a radioactive substance. It is more a wave pattern than a substance. Out of that wave pattern, there's polarization that continually occurs that continues to manifest this crystalline morphogenetic field. Created by internal fission and fusion, the Partiki breaks apart and simultaneously creates a particum, which is the base for matter particles in the particle universe, and creates a Partiki, which is the base for particles in the anti-particle universe. That's where you get your parallel Earth and your parallel double. We are in the particum system right now. We're evolving in the particle system. And we do have a double Earth in this system, harmonic universe 1. There's parallel Earth. That's not the same thing as Terra. Terra also has parallel Terra. It's harmonic. So when we're dealing with morphogenetic fields, we are dealing with these particles. What we're concerned with most now is just having a basic understanding that these particles create the morphogenetic blueprints that I'm speaking about. And they do it through a process of accretion. They pull together by light electromagnetic charge. The particles group together, they have a base magnetic charge. And the Partiki pull together, they have a base electrical charge. And they literally form blueprints for matter in the parallel system. Now, the first stage that particum or Partiki will go through is they form strands. If you can picture Partiki or particum as little dots, they begin to group into strands. And then those strands begin to form crosshatch-type grids. And that's called a Partiki grid. That is the basic fabric of which morphogenetic fields are woven. Within the grid, it continues to accrete or pull into itself more units of Partiki or particum, Partiki or particum, creating something called Keylontic. Here's where we start to get the filling out of forms. This is where we get the crystalline lattice work, as following the electromagnetic instructions that are carried within the Partiki or Partiki units. We are building up more complex forms that take on crystalline shape. If you can see them under a microscope, they would look like little crystals, like how blood has crystals and that kind of thing. These are crystal substances. The Keylontic group further to form complex groupings. Just like imagine a quartz crystal filling out its little pieces, all the little facets starting to grow and becoming more as it grows bigger and bigger. Well, that's what the morphogenetic field grids do. They pull together more and more Keylons because they draw in more energy from the field of Partiki and particum, and they create Keylon codes. And when we're dealing with Keylontic science, base codes of matter, we are dealing with Keylon codes, the grouping of crystalline structure, that hold the instructions of how which our bodies and our consciousness will manifest.